another episode of Tool Talk. I think it's what is it, number 8 or 9?
I don't know. I think it's 8 or 9.
8 or 9. There you go.
I concur.
We're very good with our math here, Tools in Action, so don't ever claim otherwise. So, what do we got on tonight's episode?
Well, we actually started sponsoring a race team.
We did.
Yeah, right here. Look at that. Tools in Action.
That's why my wallet seems so much lighter.
Yep. Actually, wow, that's a good idea. Because there's this remote control car I want to get, and you just gave me an idea. We could put it on a Tools in Action credit card.
Not a chance.
Why?
No.
I'll put a sticker on it, and it'll be sponsored by Tools in Action.
You already got a sticker on it, and that didn't cost me anything.
Then when I win my races.
No. When you win your races.
Today on Tools in Action, we're going to go a little bit different. We saw you guys talking a little bit about remote control stuff. We're going to start with some cars today, show you about them. If you really like them, we'll get into that. We got planes, helicopters, boats. I don't know if we have any boats left. I think they all sunk. But
and
whatever.
Did the one helicopter crash?
Yeah, but we fixed it.
Okay.
We fixed it. We got drones, helicopters. Drones are getting crazy. Have you seen the videos on YouTube of them flying really high?
No.
Yeah, it makes me nervous because planes are going to hit them eventually. So we're going to go over this. Then we're going to go over in your tool bag, what's in your tool bag kind of deal.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, someone in the forum came in with their climb bag and took it all out. He was an electrician, I believe, and showed all his tools. So let's see your tools. I'm going to show you my tools today, and maybe on the next episode we'll show yours in your truck bed.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Because that's your tool. You don't really have a tool bag per se.
No, not that.
But we'll go through Eric's truck bed, open it up, and he'll talk about all your tools. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And then that's something we're going to do in the future possibly. We're going to go to like mechanics and talk about what's in their tool.
Yeah, because if you go to the Power Tool
chests.
Forum, you can actually see a lot of people have started showing off their different tools, and it's really cool to see. I don't know, I always get excited to see what people are carrying, different tools out there. And so
Yeah, so we'll go over my Vito. I'll show you guys it next. But let's talk about...
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Because we're also going to do the mower wrap-up or the mower cut report tonight, too. On tonight's episode,
yes.
Right?
Well, how are we doing that?
We'll just do it towards the end.
Okay, we'll just talk about how we liked each mower. Yeah, we're going to go over, you guys saw Mower Week, we'll go over it. We've been using them a lot more now. Eric's got to use the walk-behinds, and I've got a little more on the tractor, and we have a new John Deere X300.
Which is very cool. I'm excited about it, actually.
Yeah, it is a very nice tractor. So, RC cars, you say. Well, RC cars have changed a long way since when probably you were a kid, Eric. When you were a kid, it was the Hornet. You had to go out. You had to buy the kit. You had to put it together. You put the battery in it. It was NICAD, and it did like 8 miles an hour, and you're like, yeah.
Oh, no, I had a little Dukes of Hazzard car, man.
Really?
It was awesome.
Those aren't professional models. I mean, these are like more professional models. You know, you can...
Like how fast will they go?
Oh, man. The fastest one out of the box, brand new, goes 100.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Really?
It's the Traxxas XL1 or something.
You think it would hit a bump and flip over?
Well, you have to have a very flat.
Oh.
That's what happens.
Hauling.
That is hauling. This one probably does 50.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, just like power tools and drills, electronics in these things have evolved majorly. Now you have brushless motors, and it's weird because the brushless motor in drills don't really give it more speed or power, but in RC cars it totally does. You get runtime, speed, and power. I mean, yeah, you wouldn't believe. I mean, I'm not going to go through and show you brush between brushless because that would just, I'd have to swap out the motor and everything. But that's what's fun about RC cars. Too much work. Couple brands to look out for in the RC world. If you just want to get started, I recommend Traxxas. Only because they're a pretty big brand out there. I got a lot of Traxxas.
That's what this is.
Yeah. I have a lot of, these are both Traxxas.
Oh.
I have a lot of Traxxas. They're okay. They're called RTR, ready to run, which means this thing comes out of the box. All you got to do is add batteries and you're on the street going.
Why, do they got kits you got to build too?
Kits you got to build, yeah. Tamiya has kits, Kyosho, you know, HPI, all those guys have kits that you build, which is good too.
I'm impressed you know your stuff about it. I don't know anything about these except that I think they look fun.
I know, they're cool. You know what? They sit on my wall more than anything. To be honest with you guys, I haven't driven any of these in years. We're going to drive one today just to see. But, you know, for your batteries and stuff, you want to start going to Hobby King. It's all in China and stuff like that, Hong Kong. But, you know, you can get a battery that would normally cost $80 in a hobby shop for $20. So you just make a big order like once a year from Hobby King. That's what I do. And I get all my stuff that I need, and I can go that way. But, you know, if you have a son or something, I mean, like Eric has 2 boys. How old is Griffin?
They're 5 and 3. Well, actually, he's turning 6 tomorrow. So.
Okay, 6 tomorrow. So I would say when Griffin maybe gets 7 or 8-ish, he might start getting into RC. The reason I say not that young, because these are professional models, they can break your ankles. They can do damage.
Yeah, I would think 50 miles an hour, that would have to hurt, huh?
Right. I mean, obviously, you would start them out with some kind of small one. And obviously, you know, which model do you guys want? You got to look at the YouTubes. This is the most popular right here. This is the Traxxas Slash. It's kind of has common components with the Traxxas Stampede, which was really the original bash-all two-wheel drive monster truck. Now, this one has scale looks. When I mean scale looks, see how you can't see the wheels, really?
Oh, yeah,
It's scale. It looks like a real vehicle. This, you don't see vehicles on the street like this with the big wheels coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess it depends what part of town you're in.
Right. So you want to stick with the scale looks. I mean, I would recommend a Slash. I think you can get a Slash. You can find them on Craigslist for like $200. You know, even get a used one. Get in there and start building it. You know. With this one, I have done a lot of upgrades. As with anything, you're going to upgrade. You're going to crash. The minute you crash, you're going to want to upgrade. If you have a lot of money, upgrade right away. A lot of people turn these into all aluminum, which is great and fine, but you got to remember, aluminum doesn't bend. Aluminum breaks.
Yeah, that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? And whatever the aluminum's connected to is going to break when you crash. So pretty much, here's the
So
kit.
these are rear-wheel drives, not to interrupt you, right?
Right. This is a rear-wheel drive. They do have a 4x4 Slash. The one I'm looking for is the 4x4 Stampede, which is pretty much the same frame, four-wheel drive, and a bit bigger. How do we want to do this with the camera? Do we want to zoom that camera in here?
Yeah, I can zoom it in, because
Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm talking about anyway.
Yeah, just take it in and look, and then I'll show you everything. No, I mean, you're going to take it off the stand.
Oh. Should I pause it or no?
No, just take it off the
I
stand.
don't know how to take this thing off the stand.
Here, just don't be shaky with it, you know? Push the button. Go, pull back. And don't do any zooming, just get close in on it. So, all right, does it look good?
Oh, man, that should be a
All right,
camera. man.
another cool thing about Traxxas, you guys, is they're waterproof. They're all starting to come out with waterproof capabilities now, but this is really truly the first waterproof. All these wires here was a light kit that I put on. Light kits kind of suck because they always get busted. Probably only one or two of these lights work. So the upgrades that I've done to this vehicle here is I did put the Traxxas brushless motor in it. You can either buy them with the motor or without. I recommend getting with the motor. It's cheaper that way. I put those on there. I put some new suspension arms up here. I don't know if you can see that. Because mine kept cracking whenever I hit. So this company called RPM makes them. Supposedly they're guaranteed. If you break them, you just send them in. They'll give you a new one. Your battery basically sits in the center here. You're going to plug that in, and this is your speed controller. This basically handles the whole operation of transferring the power to the motor, from your battery to your motor. These are LiPo batteries, kind of like lithium ion, but they're lithium polymer. They are crazy batteries. Like they can blow up easily if you charge them wrong. Basically, to charge them, a charger is just going to plug in here, and then you have a cell balance port, which is right here. And that's going to balance out all the cells so they don't blow up, hopefully. In the old days, this was run by a speed controller, so you'd have the same amount of battery life whether you went 1 mile an hour or 50 mile an hour, because basically when you went slower, it would dissipate heat through here. It would always take the same amount of power in, but it would have to dissipate the power you're not using. So it would heat up on like a ceramic. Does that make sense to you, Eric?
Yeah, actually, so you get a longer runtime now, probably, right?
Yeah,
You're not-
exactly. That was a mechanical speed controller. You really don't see those too much anymore. I mean, you probably don't anywhere, but I would assume that some company still has them. So it goes back to the brushless motor back here. Your trans and all that is right here. This is a very simple model, you guys. This is
Right where?
Right here.
I can't see. Okay.
That's your trans. So this comes off right here, and basically that motor just comes into a pinion gear and a little gear down here that connects it and goes, and that's it. Now, for you math buffs, and if you really want to get into this with your kid, there's all kinds of different gear ratios that you can put on these. If you want longer run time, if you want more torque, if you want to pop wheelies. You know, right now I just have it one of the stock configurations because I don't really want to do too much. What?
Did you show everything? Can I put this back up?
Why?
My arms are killing me, dude.
No,
I'm weak.
hold on, Eric. On the bottom here, this is your servo, your steering servo. So that's going to control your steering. Also waterproof from Traxxas. Your bell cranks are up here. As you see, you have tie rods, heel and toe. Is it heel and toe? What is that? Cam and toe or whatever.
Heel and toe.
Yeah, you could set all that on these. And these, it's cool because these actually have wear. You can see my tires are wearing here.
Oh yeah.
I put the back ones on the front. I reversed them around.
Ooh,
So
you did like your own tire rotation.
my own tire rotation. It didn't cost me $20. All right, so on to the next one. So that's pretty much the basic kit right there. I mean, this was add-on. That's a great little RC right there. This is a Revo. This is 1/16 scale, and that's 1/10 scale. Now the Revo is a different monster. This Revo has been built, torn apart. I probably got like $1,000 into this. I've replaced pretty much everything on this. And as with, certain products, when you buy these, the first ones, they always need upgrade. They always put weak parts in there. That's how they make their money, from parts. And the good thing about Traxxas also is Traxxas is always readily available. You don't want to get yourself an RC car that's really a no-name brand, because you will have problems finding parts. And then when everybody's out at the field playing with theirs, you're not going to have yours. So on this, I've put a whole new suspension system on it. As you can see, it's got a brushless motor in it. Everything's just kind of miniaturized. I put new shocks. Can you see those shocks?
Mm-hmm.
Now those shocks are quite different from these shocks.
Yeah, those other ones. The other one looked more like the Baja style.
Yeah, that's just a normal car shock. This is more of a cantilever type. Can you see right there?
Mm-hmm.
So it's cantilever, and it's really smooth, you guys, really smooth. The 1/16 slash can run off. It runs off of smaller batteries, but it can run off of 2 batteries also, which is going to give you 14 volts, which makes this thing scream. And the main problem when you guys buy a Revo like this, I don't know if they. I mean, this is one of the first generation ones, but right away I blew out my differentials. So my differentials are in there. So I physically had to take them all apart, replace the differentials in here. I've done it twice. So finally I put upgraded differentials in there. And also there's a diff that goes in here that you can put in, which gives it more of a, not a posi traction, but a limited slip. And that limited slip's going to help you. On the back here, the limited slip will help you from destroying your diffs. Because so much power is just going through here, you wouldn't believe it. And then I put a wheelie bar on the back, which is adjustable. So when you give it gas, this thing can just, wheelie down the street. I don't know if I'm going to show you guys in this episode this one running, but we'll definitely show you the slash in action. So, but you can put it back.
Cool. Was I supposed to be recording that, though?
Yeah. Hopefully you got that good. And then receivers, guys. You guys can put all kinds of radio equipment in here. These ready to runs come with a controller, so I'll put a link to Traxxas, the Slash, if you want to get into this. I totally recommend the Slash. And the cool thing about remote control cars is like there's a lot of forums out there. You can go on there and talk to people and just learn a lot about them, and do your own customizations. Like here, you see that hole there?
Yeah.
Do you know what that's for?
A bullet?
No, that hole right there is for cooling, because this thing gets so hot.
Did you put that in there?
Yeah, I drilled it in. And I also made it, because pins hold the bodies on. I also Velcroed this one.
I gotta say, man, you know your stuff on this.
What?
The way you were talking, you know your stuff.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. But, RC cars are really cool. I like them a lot, and I think that they're really great to do. I don't have a kid, but I think I gave you an RC car, remember? The Mini T. Mm-hmm. You still have it. That's still a popular one. Yeah, you can buy all kinds of upgrades for it and make it fly. It's really good to get into with your kids. They learn stuff. Come on. I mean, I'm 40 years old. He's 40 years old. I know in my 50s. I kind of wish I had a kid to play with this stuff.
I think it's cool. You get to teach the kids how to build stuff, use different types of tools, put different things. They understand the mechanics, like what a shock is, what a motor is.
Exactly, gear ratio, stuff like that. I mean, I really wanted to get into this when I was a kid. My dad was an a-hole. He wouldn't get it for me, Oh, you're not getting that kind of money, whatever. So that's all right. So now that I'm a big kid, I get to buy my own.
There you go.
It kind of sucks because it does get expensive, you guys. It does get expensive. And then they also have nitro, which is a fuel. A lot of people want to go with that nitro.
Are you talking like fuel, like nitrous, like where you?
Well, no, not really. It's kind of like a nitrous, but it's basically a fuel that works off a glow plug engine. Model airplanes use them a lot. Electric has come so far now, you're getting those kinds of run times. Before, I had a T-Max. It was one of these big four-wheel drive, biggest monster truck with a gas engine. It was cool to watch. It was just loud. It was a pain in the ass. And every time I took it out, it was $50.
Really?
Oh,
wow.
Something broke, man. I jump it. Oh, just broke an arm. Got to buy that, this, and that. These things can almost be bulletproof. I mean, to an extent. If you run full speed into a brick wall, a car, or something like that, no. But to survive any jumps, we're going to go out here and we'll show you guys a little bit of it when we're going out. But other than that, it's pretty cool. You can put all kinds of different receivers, radio, and now it's all binding. So what that means is the future of radios today, in the old days, they used these crystals. Now it's all binding and electronic. So I can just take my controller and say, okay, do whatever I have to do to bind it, and it connects to this and says, okay, this is the slash model 1.
Kind of like a Bluetooth.
Yeah, connected to this. This is model 2, you know?
Gotcha.
2.4 gigahertz. Obviously, the range is a lot further than a Bluetooth, but I don't know. Let us know what you guys think about it, and if you guys want to see more on this, we'll start getting into projects on these. And
Which I think would be cool. I've been trying to get them onto it more because I think these are cool. I like the idea, but I don't know. I really don't know anything about this, so I'd be interested to learn too.
Right. I think
So.
Matthew Fant and Frankie G were talking about it. That's why we got into it. All right, so enough with those. What's next, Eric?
Let's see what's in the tool bag. Like we're seeing on the Power Tool Forum, you guys have been posting a lot of different things, showing us what's in your tool bag or what you guys have been carrying around, which is very, very cool. We love seeing that. So Dan had a great idea. He's like, you know what? Since you guys are showing us, I'm going to show you mine.
All right, so as you guys know, I do kind of have a real job. I mean, I do, I don't. I mean, I kind of killed it. I've hardly ever work. I used to, though, a lot. So here is what I take to work. When I get a call, basically, calls for me are, you know, install a server, fix a computer, replace a fan, install a printer, run a cable, diagnose a cable problem. General IT troubleshooting is basically what I do. So I have really fell in love with the Vito. The Vito does weigh 9 pounds. It is quite heavy.
Is that with all your tools and everything? You're saying?
No,
Oh,
Eric.
just the bag
Just
itself.
the bag itself. But, you know, I got a lot of meters in here. I got stuff I need to protect, so that 9 pounds, unfortunately, I'm going to have to deal with because there is no better protection than this. And look, you can't crush it. So it's not like a regular backpack. Eric could probably sit on this and not crush it. That's what I need. I can't have my meters.
I'm pretty heavy, dude.
Well, yeah, so is the Vito. I use a TP3 right on the side here. So basically, if let's say I'm just going and I know I'm just doing a cable job or installing an outlet or something, I can just grab my TP3, and these are my main tools that I'm going to need. So I can just clip it to my side. And I actually went through this bag the other day because I had it, and I was doing a review of the bag, and I'm like, I had doubles of every tool. So I went through and really just put in the tools that I'm going to use. So on my TP3 for my basics, the Skill IXO.
Wow.
Yeah.
They still make it?
Yeah, this is the IXO 2. And you guys are like, IXO? That thing sucks. Well, no, it doesn't. It's slow, but it's for those monotonous tasks when you have those long things. This thing comes in handy. It's light. You know, people are like, hey, you have the gyro and the Milwaukee. You know, for some reason, I just don't like those. The IXOs, it's a great palm driver. I love it. I have a bunch of wire connectors in here also that I carry around. I have a punch. I have a pair of glow-in-the-dark Klein wire strippers, Milwaukee pump pliers, and here's where I kind of doubled up, but I have a pair of Milwaukee wire cutters, but I also use my linesman from Klein. So, and I have a Klein flathead. So, I mean, this is more mix and match too. I'll take out of the bag what I need to take with me. But I love these TP3 guys. I love just being able to put it on and I got, you know, the job done. So, that's that. So in the front here, not every pocket is filled. So on this side is my tools, okay? So basic tools is I just started putting the Milwaukee all-in-ones in there. They're kind of heavy, feel them. I mean, it does bring a lot of weight on, but there's no other system in there where I'm going to be able to have, you know, 6. I mean, these 3 screwdrivers are going to give me 12 plus tools. So, just got some Irwin strippers, another pair of pump pliers, a little bit bigger from Milwaukee, a coax tool. This little Tecton kit, you guys, this is one of the best kits ever. It's on Tecton's website. Basically, it's just a little cell phone repair kit, computer repair kit. Comes in handy all the time. I have my shock waves that I carry around, and my CXS. Now, I usually use my DCF 610, but it's missing. Like, seriously, dude, I'm going crazy. Like, I think it got stolen. But I automatically think it got stolen. I don't know by who. He's the only one that's been over. And some women. But I don't think they'd be taking my DCF 610. So I remember, you know, the only reason I like the DCF 610 is because, you know, the batteries are small, compact. I have a charger, and I always got them. But this is definitely a good replacement for it.
CDs, do they use CDs anymore?
No, the CDs are for when I plug into computers when I have to do something.
Oh.
Some hacking. I use the Klein Little Cat 5 new tool.
That thing's cool. I like that.
That thing is cool.
Even though I don't use
I
it,
gave
but
one to
I
an
like the idea.
electrician the other day. They loved it. Here are my Klein Journeymans that I like so much. Had those for years. And a test light. Look at this cheap test light.
Hey, that was mine that you gave away.
No, it isn't. Snap, you don't need it.
Well, I know I
Snap-on,
don't
I'm
need
looking for a new test light, you guys. Snap-on seems to have the best, but I guess got a cheap test light in here for right now. And you know, just some mediocre other stuff. And then on the back here, so that's where all my hand tools, the tools where I got to get down and dirty are. And on the back, here's where you're going to find all the meters and stuff. So I have a Klein Commander that I go in. I have a Klein Scout Pro, which is probably going to get replaced by the Commander. I have a DeWalt. Watch out, I almost hit you in the head. DeWalt headlamp, because you never know when you need a headlamp. I have a Fluke toning kit, which I like a lot. Which
Doesn't that thing do it? That Klein?
Yeah, that does do it, but the Klein's got its own also digital kind of. The Klein.
Oh, is that okay?
I'm sorry, not the Klein, the Fluke.
Oh.
It's got its own kind of digital. You know, I usually carry a Fluke, but I got the Milwaukee multimeter in here. My Franklin sensor, because when you have to go in through, you know, a hard drive, so if I have all my data on it, some cables, basic stuff like that.
Dates?
What?
Oh, data.
Data. So basic stuff like that. And I just filled this the other day, so I'm sure there's other tools that are missing. I'm just trying to consolidate all my tools, you guys. But the great thing about this is, like I said, the Vito is heavy. It is heavy. But it's the protection that I need. And when I'm going into the job, usually I'm coming out with equipment or taking equipment in to install. So I can just put that on as a backpack and I got 2 free hands.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know, yeah, it's heavy, it's bulky, but it's going to allow me to get to where I need to go. What else? That's about it.
That's it, man. I don't know.
So, hopefully we got some viewers left. So, let's see your guys' tool bag.
Oh my God, dude, that is heavy. Whoa.
It is heavy, isn't it?
Nah, it's not too bad. If it's, you know, throw it on your backpack or throw it on your back and stuff.
It's not bad.
So
it's not heavy. So, you know, let's see what you think.
It's a nice setup, though. I like how you can put the stuff on the side and all that.
Yeah, it's a great setup. It's a great setup because, you know, sometimes I'll get calls and I have to be there just like, you know, on the go. So I just grab that and go. Cool stuff. Let us know what's in your guys' tool bags. Go to the Power Tool Forum, and there's a section there where you can show us your tool bags. And
you show us your tool.
Yeah, it's cool to see what's in people's tool bags because, like, in my tool bag, it's all brand new, and I apologize. I usually have some old tools. Maybe my clients
but a lot
are
of
old.
your stuff doesn't get dirty with working with technology stuff and computer.
Right, and I'm not a tradesman, so I'm not using this stuff every day. But, I mean, that's just like my old. If you guys ever wanted to see what's Dan's ultimate tool bag, that would be it.
Well, there you go. You got it, man.
We got it. All right, what else, Eric?
You want to grab that? One thing I wanted to mention, too, is we got 2 giveaways coming up. Obviously, we got the Ultimate Tool Bag giveaway, which is July 4th, that we're giving away a lot. If you go to Tools in Action, right-hand side, you'll see a banner. Click on that. That's going to tell you everything that's in there and how to enter. And then also Father's Day, which is, I guess, sometime in June, I'm guessing.
June 15th, isn't it?
June 15th.
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. I'm a dad, and I don't even know.
I know, that's bad.
Yeah. It's got a, well, this is from Greenworks. It's got 2 batteries. It's got the drill and the impact, and we're giving that away. All you have to do for that is like us on Facebook and also like Greenworks on Facebook, and then you're entered to win, and we'll announce the winner.
And we also got a Works Aero Cart that we're giving away on Father's Day.
Yeah.
The one just came today. It was cool. I just saw it when I left. But, dude, I didn't know you could put a ball hitch on there and move trailers around.
Really?
Yeah, the Aero Cart's pretty cool, you guys. We're gonna put it to the limit and see what happens with it. So, all right, let's wrap up some mowers. What do we know about mowers?
Yeah, did you have any tool news you want to go over? You said you had some tool news.
Nah, we'll go over that next week.
News is no big deal.
Yeah,
Let's cover them. You know what? It's nice outside. We want to get outside, so we're gonna put this on pause so we can take this outside and kind of go over the push mowers that we did last 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so we actually had to pause there because Eric made us pause. We never pause. We're always live.
True. Sorry.
But we actually are going to wrap up these mowers, you guys. I know you've seen a lot of them, but we actually got some time to use them. As you can see, Eric's grass is green. We did the tractors.
We did the tractors, yep.
We'll just start with the tractors real fast. We already did 2. We did the Raven, which we love. I did a field with the Raven the other day, and the Raven is,
it's been holding up?
It's been holding up. I can't find a flaw with it. I mean, obviously, there's some stuff you don't like when you get off, you hit the thing, you know, stuff like that. But with all mowers. But as far as everything else goes, The Raven's pretty good. The Raven's pretty good.
What about the Husqvarna?
The Husqvarna, I've been using it a lot too. It's got a great cut, but it works out your arms.
Yeah, you're saying when you got like a tight turn?
Yeah, a lot more than when you're working with any other mower. Basically, I mean, when you got to turn, you know, if you're doing parallels and you got to turn in on those parallels, you're going to be pretty tired if you have a lot of those to do, just because it does work a toll on your arms. Other than that, great comfort, great cut, everything like that. Now, as for pulling, someone left a comment too. When you're pulling ground engaging equipment, it will do it, but you also have a lot of effort there to turn.
I got you, okay.
So that's
sense.
about those. And we just got a John Deere X300, which we're working on right now, and that thing's like the
I'm
Cadillac.
excited about that thing. That thing is nice. Yeah, I'm a huge John Deere fan, so I'm a little biased per se, but
Yeah, but John Deere makes a great tractor.
Yeah.
John Deere does make a great tractor. And, you know, there's Home Depot John Deeres also, which are just as good as any other Home Depot tractor. But the John Deeres that you get at the actual dealership, we'll talk to you guys about that. We're going to go out to Buck Brothers and talk to them and just kind of show you guys the dealership experience, and, you know.
But just make sure, did you check the batteries on the mic? We got to make sure we check the batteries on the mic when we talk to them so we don't drop out, okay?
No, I know.
All right.
Yeah, inside joke. So what do we got with the push mowers, Eric?
Well, this is like when we first went over them, it was what, last month, and it was still actually cold in Chicago. Finally let my grass grow pretty long a couple different times and used them. For the gas-powered ones, man, I gotta say, it doesn't matter how long they are, these things power through them. They're nice, they're great. One thing I did make a fault on is before I was talking about the Craftsman, the quiet engine, and I didn't say it was really that quiet, but actually, you know what, using it, it is a quiet engine. It's very quiet.
Once you're on grass, it's quiet.
Yeah, exactly, and that was the issue. It's a nice, I love the lawnmower, I love the all-wheel drive system on it, and I noticed, you know, when you pull it back, it's a little bit hard to pull back, but not as bad as the Husqvarna. The one thing on the Husqvarna, I love this mower too, but pulling back, it's tough. It's not an easy thing to do. Like Dan was saying too, even with tractors, but you know, if you're doing a small yard like mine and you're doing a lot of turns, it does kind of get to be, I think, a bit of a pain, but it's nice when you're going uphill. Craftsman, again, is not as hard to pull back, but when this is off, this thing's kind of a pain to push a little bit. Not that you can't push it, it's not hard, but it's definitely not freewheeling, you know?
Right.
Regards to the actual battery-operated mowers, I gotta say, all of them surprised me. They're all very nice mowers. Now, in terms of cut, definitely hands down, the Ego, without a doubt, went through some thick stuff, where these tended to kind of push the grass down. Obviously, if I walk slower, you know, it would cut it, but if I just walk at normal speed, this would push the grass down. Now, I'm sure if your grass is short, these things do great. And
Well, plus you got 56 volts versus 40.
Yeah, and this thing cut right through it. The handle on this is very nice. Does, for me, it's a little, I kind of like a bar grip like that. And, you know, here's a little bit tighter, or if you hold it on the sides.
I like
it's
that
just a little
style.
bit. Yeah, a lot of people do. I'm just saying for myself, it's just a little awkward. Not a huge deal. But again, hands down, I love how this thing folds up. I love their tools that are in there, which we're going to be reviewing: the hedger, the trimmer, and the blower pretty soon. And I got to say, the stuff in this line is pretty good. The only thing, again, about the Ego system is I do wish, if you get just the lawnmower, it would be nice if it did come with an extra battery, because you got about 45 minutes of run time. And if it does take you a little bit longer, then you are going to have some downtime with just having one battery. It does charge it quick. It charges, a full charge is in a half an hour. So it's not bad. It gives you time to go grab a beer or grab something to eat, whatever you want to do. So, I don't know. That's about it.
So pretty much they're all good mowers, just depending on your price range and what you want to do. As far as the all-wheel drive mowers go, though, these are the only brands that have an all-wheel drive mower.
Oh, it's really? So
all-wheel drive push mower. I think so. I think Husqvarna came out with it, and Craftsman. Obviously, the Craftsman's built by Husqvarna, I believe.
And that's one thing. I guess I gotta say, I'm a little spoiled. I've got a Toro, and I've always kind of knocked it because I've had stuff break on it, and I've had a problem with my dealership or my dealer, whatever, the service station, whatever it's called. But I gotta say, the nice thing on that mower that none of these have, is it actually has two nice features, is first of all, anytime you let go of a handle on any of these, they automatically shut off. So if you're going and you want to pick up a branch, it shuts off on you. Again, not a huge deal when all you gotta do is, you know, just that, not a big deal. But the Toro, being gas, it actually stays on, it disengages the blade. The other nice thing I gotta say is with these systems, you have a bar you have to mess with and triggers you have to mess with. So you can't fully engage them, Where the Toro is personal pace. So as you push, the harder you push, it's just I don't know, like a gyro or something in there that pushes it and makes it go faster. And I love that system, I gotta say.
Toro makes a
nice.
good mower. I mean, Eric doesn't like his, but I don't mind.
I like the
Toro.
mower. I'm just not too happy with the amount of maintenance
service?
and the service price
Yeah.
at least by my
Well, that's another thing, you guys. When you're looking for a mower, if you're gonna go out and spend $500, $600, $700, $800 on a push mower with tons of features, those features, chances are down the road, are gonna break and need some kind of maintenance or some kind of part to fix them. So if you're just in the market, hey, I just want to get a push mower that's gonna last me, that I just need to get up and down a hill. This Husqvarna is basic. It's their entry-level all-wheel drive. It's got a Kohler engine. It's got the power. You got a bagger, and you're going. There's no side discharge.
And I do like the big gas tank on that, like the big opening, so you're not spilling gas
on the
all
Kohler
over.
or on the Husqvarna?
Husqvarna. Compared to, not that it's a big deal. I'm used to having a small tank anyways. But
Right, but if you don't like Kohler and you like Briggs & Stratton, they have a Briggs & Stratton version for more money, and also a Honda version for more money that I think has a side discharge. Then,
I gotta say that Briggs, man, is a nice engine.
Yeah, and if you want that quiet, go with the Briggs.
Yeah.
Let me start it. Oh, and an electric start too. Oop.
I mean, it's not like really loud, but not compared to like if you
Start that one. Yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying there's a huge difference, but you can hear a little bit of a difference.
Yeah, it's definitely quieter. So it's up to you guys. But any of these mowers that you pick, it's gonna be a good mower for you.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention too. If you're an electric person, you like plugging in and being attached to an extension cord.
And that's the basic of the basics. But I mean, that has side discharge, that has a mulching feature, and a bagger. So I mean, really, that's got some features on it, even though it's an entry-level plug-in mower.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It does.
Like personally, Eric could use a plug-in mower on this yard with a 50-foot extension cord.
I would never. I can't be tied down to it. Dude, I'm tripping over the thing. I'll end up cutting through it.
That's been the problem with electric corded mowers forever. Hence the electric battery now.
True, yeah,
the
exactly.
technology was never there. But they have had electric mowers out forever, so.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think. Check it out. I think we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, definitely. You got anything else you want to add for the show?
Nope, that's it. So let us know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys like this show. We're going to start talking about different stuff. We do have tool fights returning. They are coming back. Just bear with us, guys. We've been really busy lately. We're trying to get this content out to you guys. We got a lot of product to show you. We're trying to get out, and we're really going to make our tool talks better. But basically, tool talk is just random stuff.
Yeah, and we got a really cool impact fight coming up. But it's just the fact of trying to figure out how we're trying to design like a spring system.
Yeah, we're trying to get that done, but we're definitely got the impacts and the ratchets are coming. We're close. Yep. This was going to be ratchet day today.
It was.
But we went out to Home Depot and we bought this thing and we made this contraption to try to test it, and it didn't work. So that's why there was no tool fight today. So I apologize. All right, tools in action. Check it out. See you next week. Oh, Jesus.